Hey, people injured here, 3v3, Judgement of Carrion, blue side. Couple of Imperial Guard players. First up is Buzzfly, maybe his keyboard's broken. Plays a Lord General, fights range combat with a retinue to help him out. Really good defense and support capabilities. Alongside, down the front line is a Commissar Lord, good offense and support. Fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor field. This is the Death Core of Krieg DLC from Relic. And rounded off this blue team is DaemonicRoar, plays a Plague Champion, starts off range combat. The damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Red team, Black Relic, plays a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander that fights range combat by default. Awesome capping and harassing with some really powerful control abilities as well. Alongside, Marutectz is a Warboss, a melee commander that walks through objects, so very good offense, support and disruption from the front lines. This is the Freebooters DLC. And rounded off the teams is Nathius as a brother captain, durable commander that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some good offense and disruption and support, even fights in melee combat. I suppose he can disrupt with his Nemesis Vortex and stuff. And he's Psychic Lash. Warbanner up very early from Marutectz. And Burner's up very early for his Sluggers. Don't see that often as a first purchase. Lord General backing away from the brother captain and Sentinel. Looks like he decapped that power, and double Sentinels here could be a pain in the arse for Nathius. He might want to get another strike squad, double Stormtroopers, double strike. Brother captain's going to be forced off. Might even go down if he's not careful here. He does run away. Marutectz now being doubled. Oh, he put up two Warbanners. I think that's a big mistake. Never know when you're going to get doubled. First engagement on this map, and he's going to lose both of his Warbanners. And I think the only reason he's fighting at all is because he's trying to save them, but he's not going to be able to. Heretics moving in to make the Sluggers run away. They lost a couple of models there. Now the shooters don't want to get doom blasted. Trying to force off the Heretics before they do, and they do manage to do so. 3 models on the Heretics as they retreat out. Not expensive to reinforce though. Buzzfly doing a lot of pressure on the west side, forced off the entire army of Nathius. Got Black Relic pushing on the east and is capping up everything using the teleporting mobility of the Warp Spider Exarch. Unfortunately for him, those Banshees were not in retreat path, or that would have been a dead Heretic squad. 2 gens up in the mid for blue team, triple gens up for the red team. It's up to these shooters to defend. For some reason those guys not taking cover. They do have Ard boys up on them, but take cover as well, I think. Pretty sure most of this stuff is heavy cover. I think it all is. Sentinel getting repairs. Warboss might struggle to get into combat. I think he needs his angry bits. There's a multi-laser turret there. Maybe even get his enhanced custom shooter up to do some damage from a distance. Sluggers closing in on the Commissar Lord, who tanks them with his shield and is able to force them off with that lasfire going in. Now he should be pushing forward down the front line. He's backing away. Oh, he's getting flanked. That's why. Here comes Black Relic trying to finish off the turret. For some reason did not throw his grenades in, and now the Guardsmen are repairing. There's a grenade and it lives. Is he going to throw another? No. Banshees might be able to finish it off anyway. Commissar Lord's going to be forced to retreat. Howling Banshees to the power melee weapons. Very dangerous against low level commanders. Guardsmen are repairing, but I don't think he's going to be able to save that turret. Meanwhile, west side, Buzzfly has some Catachans. Nathius going for Purgation. A questionable choice versus double Sentinels. Going to be good versus the Catachans though. Oh, there's that smoke grenade. I think it's a 50% range damage resistance and suppression immunity. It really is a fantastic ability on those Catachans. And yeah, the turret is going to go down thanks to the Banshees, and he's going to decap all of this stuff as well. So a nice flank inwards by Black Relic. Meanwhile though, the power that the red team built up on the east side on this contested power node is being taken down by the Plague Champions. Bile Spewer, a corrosive weapon, very good at dealing with structures and clumps of infantry. Also debuffs on hit, as you can see, and if you could get Bilious Discharge on a blob and then hit it with the basic attack, it basically cannot move because the debuff stacks with the Bilious Discharge Snare. Purgation with their incinerators. Each model has one, so if you can pick targets, pick models I should say, off these purgation, you do lower their power by a third, and there goes a model. Now they're down to 2 incinerators and need to run away. Would be great for them if they got a similar change that Noise Marines got in Elite, in that only one model has the specialized weapon and the others get bolters. Brother Captain getting attacks on the Sentinel, but these guys are proving to be a massive pain in the arse so far for Nathius. Vindicator Assassin out quickly in tier 2, maybe a Dreadnought. I think Vindicator Assassin supported by Librarian would be good. Catachan Devils for Dandy Frontline, and he's getting some spotters up to try and shut down those fully upgraded double shooters, because these guys pump out some ranged DPS like crazy. Piercing DPS turn to 11 with these guys. Triple War Banners up with that constant damage buff and a slight speed buff, I believe. Then you can use the ability on the War Banner for a further buff. Raptors though in amongst some shooters here. A bit of a misplay for Marutectz. He seemed to move his shooters forward, maybe a misclick trying to target something. I thought those heretics were going to be shot down super quick, but blue team have actually done really well. He's going to lose all of his banners here, I think. Oh, Plague Champion goes down though. That shooter DPS, you saw the damage there. His health just absolutely flew down. Raptors chasing, bolt pistols firing. We can tie up those shooters, there we go. 10-50 hit points on these guys, not quite as tough as Assault Marines, but they do have 30 DPS melee. Might lose a model here though. Oh, whoops, Spider runs, teleports away and then runs away. Who's going to hit tier 2 first? Might be Black Relic or Nathius. They're both floating right now, I believe. West side, blue team have triple gems up here, and Nathius can't do a whole lot about it. I'm not sure if he can push through with those double sentinels there. They don't have their ground pound. Obviously wants to get tier 2 before he gets the ground pounds up. Cadderton's taking a lot of damage from the incinerators and the piercing damage of the Strat Squad and Stormtroopers, but he is forced off entirely, so he's not going to be able to decap that power or even steal it. Flamer Guardsman for Dandy Frontline, tier 2 for everyone apart from Marutectz and Buzzfly. Marutectz getting some Storm Boys up. Want to jump on the Plague Champion and tie him up, I think, if he comes mid. And the double CSM they're doing good against. 4-4-6, 3-2-2. Warboss with Cyborg, Implants, and the Boss Pole. So he's buffing those Howling Banshees up. I think it's 20% health buff, I'm not sure exactly, but it does affect your allied armies, which is good. 4-4-6, 3-1-2. Here are those Storm Boys with their power melee weapons. Banshee's in a little bit of trouble. Keeping them in play for now, forcing off the spotters. Do get a model as well. Red team pushes through mid. Here comes DaemonicRoar. A little bit too late to help out, but he is there. Cadechan might see them disrupt those Storm Shooter Boys, but he might be saving that for the Guardian Weapon team. There's the Raptor jump. Now they're going to try and tie up the Guardian Weapon team, and they do, but here's the counter initiation from the Storm Boys with their power melee weapons, trying to get special attacks as those Raptors move. They are getting absolutely owned here, but they do get away. They initiated, they got some attacks in, and they moved away. The Shuriken will set up again, a nice grenade on those heretics, perhaps lucky not to lose more models. That's the Entangling Web ability, which is called Entangle, surprisingly, from the Whoops of Exarch. 430, 306, tier 2 for Marutectz. Very late going tier 2. Whoops of Exarch hits level 2. Warboss is just short of it himself. And does get away, I think. He needs to start backing away here, Black Relic. There's a lot of stuff here to push against him. He just retreats out his Shuriken. Buzzfly continues to pressure on this west side. We have double sentinels with missile launchers, level 2 as well. And you see those crack missiles going in, doing a good job bashing power. He's retaking this western power as well, which is fully genned up still. Oh, the Plague Champion taken out by Howling Banshees with their Exarch up. She has the Executioner Spear because they have the aspect of strength. You see her at the front there capping. Meanwhile mid, oh, Slugger's hit by an artillery shell. That's nicely done. Waited for the Sluggers to group up around the Commissar and then drop a shell on their face. Commissar Lord getting his Xenos Power Claw up and he's fighting a Warboss. Warboss is not going to be happy about that. Oh, Terminator Librarian is on the field for Nathius, so you might just see him go for Psy Cannons and Shrouding buff. Psy Cannons are already up. 402, 306. That'll help him force off those Sentinels quicker, maybe even take them down. This wreck point is uncapped. Multi-laser turret going up. 402, 306. Smoke shell dropped, reducing the range of these shooters by 50%. They just want to back away here, wait for that smoke to clear. And then they want to try and get close enough to focus down those spotters, I think, because otherwise it's going to be a massive pain in the arse. We do have the Storm Boys with their Nog Bleeder jumping in. A massive Ork with a heavy melee knife. And there's user choppers. They are going to tear through these poor guardsmen. Spotters might go down here. Can he finish them off? Storm Boys not very good at chasing, and he loses them on retreat, just overextending the Storm Boys. And the Commissar Lord there with his 85 DPS Xenos Power Core did a lot of damage. There's the Cyborg Implant's big stomp. But the Warboss needs to be careful with that Commissar Lord. The Xenos Power Core is nasty. 402, 272. Warboss does not get away. Does the Commissar Lord get away? Yes. And he leveled to 4 thanks to that. West side is still very blue. Naturals are all still in their natural hands. Oh, Marutectz lost shooters in that engagement as well. I didn't even realise that. Is getting a revive though from the Warp Spider Exarch, who has the Shimmer Orb, a great capping tool. We'll see if it comes into play later on. It might well do in that central area. Hell Fury Strike dropped by the brother captain, forcing off some guards. When they do get away, he has plasma guns. We have more plasma guns. Now we have flamers on down the front lines. Shooters replaced by Marutectz, but he's looking a little thin and low on resources here. Going to need some support mid from Black Relic. Now, blue team don't necessarily know that, and Dandy Frontline is not exactly rocking a bunch of units himself. He only has Catachun, Spotters, and those guardsmen, but does have a very powerful Commissar Lord with that Xenos Power Claw. No weapon yet for the Warboss, incidentally. West side, we have 4 side cannons, 1 from the Scrat Squad and 3 from the Purgation, but they are going to take a lot of damage from those frag missiles, doing a lot of damage themselves, as you can see. Terminator Librarian doesn't seem to have any upgrades unless they do not appear in the unit card. 373, 272. Those missiles are painful, especially if you get 2 Sentinels landing them at the same time. Or top jumping in and buffing those Howling Banshees. She's really fantastic support for Banshees since she has that passive defensive buff aura, and that jump gives them a damage buff and a speed buff, so they become incredibly good at chasing, even better than usual. 353, 272, Marutectz coming to the east side to bash some heads together with the Warboss. Down go Heretics. CSM in a little bit of a precarious place. Here comes Sluggers with user choppers on them. Not engaging the CSM though, they're going after the spotters here. And finish them off, maybe. I think they might. Surely they will. Yes, spotters are down. So Dandy Frontline looking very thin, as is DaemonicRoar. Really good engager for red team on this eastern side. Cherokee Cannon is set up. Black Relics, Warps for Rex up, almost level 4. Look at this though, Nathius pushing on the west side, but a Lehman Rush dropped by Buzzfly. DaemonicRoar has a Land Raider Phobos on the field. Marutectz getting a War Truck. We'll see how long that War Truck lasts if it comes into contact with this Phobos. twin linked heavy bolter on top with twin linked las cannons on the side sponsors and a dirge caster. It's really good at taking out large targets, of which Black Relic has none. It was a little bit odd to see this Phobos come up. I thought he would have gone for the Great Unclean one before this thing. Shimmer Orb being used to cap, or decap rather, very, very annoying. Brother Captain, sorry, the Commissar Lord and the Lord General down on the west side. Obviously trying to revive the Lord General there when he went down. Even Russ getting shots. Oh, he's got Vindicator Assassin as well, so he's got a fair amount of anti-vehicle, especially with the Mind Blades global buff and Terminal Librarian with his shrouding. Catachin's retaking his powers, changed hands so many times, but it's mostly been blue, I believe. There's the Dirge Caster, a small stun, and a damage debuff. Uh-oh, Rocket Run on the Eldar. That is painful. Finishes off the Dire Avengers, I believe, but the Banshees do get away. Ouch. Exarch goes down to a las cannon. Ouch. No, they do not get away. Phobos wrecking faces with its las cannons on infantry there. Wow. 296, 257. Wraith Guard on the field. Generally a very good tool to use versus Land Raiders, since they're slow and can't really avoid their ranged attacks very easily. Demon Russ taking shots from the Vindicator Assassin and the side cannons. Got the support from the Catachans, repair support. Now he goes for the execution, which could be very nasty. Does he dare though? It's very tight over on this side. Not easy to use a tank in this little spot here. Does he dare get close to those triple side cannons? Vindicator Assassin with the turbo penetrator loaded in and doing damage to that Demon Russ. Strat Squad forced to retreat. Brother Captain with the Nemesis Force Halberd, Blood Blessed Aegis, and Teleporter Pack, a very, very popular build these days. Blessed Aegis giving you huge amounts of durability, as you can see there, for just 100 rec 20 power. Taking a lot of damage here though. Guards will need to back away. The Catachans there forcing melee combat to finish him off. No, they don't, but he does get away. Howling Banshees moving in. There's the Warshout. Terminators, Chaos Terminators to be exact, on the field for DaemonicRoar, and does have Heretics for support out late game. Here comes the Warboss, has his power core, 95 DPS heavy melee. Wraith Guarded it as well, going after the Demon Russ. They're trying to go after it, can't get close enough to fire a volley. Oh, it's a friendly fire on those sluggers, but down goes the Commissar Lord. Sluggers now run away. Wraith Guard do some crazy friendly fire sometimes. Second only to plasma cannons, I think, in friendly kills. 240, 255. Double looters for Marutectz with double beamy looters. Beamy def guns, I should say. That's a hell of a lot of anti-vehicle damage. With the Wraith God there as well, and his xenos power core, of course. Maybe he expects a Bane Blade alongside that Phobos. Will also do a lot of damage to those Chaos Terminators. Okay, the power's been destroyed. They're sick of fighting over it. 222, 255. Time for Nathius, I think, to transition into the mid, and that is what he's doing. And he's got a lot of anti-vehicle presence himself to add to Marutectz double beamy looters and the Wraith God. Using Dirge Caster randomly by mistake, I think. What's going on there? Heretics on capping duty. 209, 255 with a 1-to-1 cap. This will make it the 2-to-1. Did the Vindicator level up? Nope. Halfway there. Level 3 Brother Captain. Level 3 Warboss. Level 4 Warps of Exarch. Lord General down still, and level 3. Level 5 Commissar Lord, and a level 3 Plague Champion who has the Blight Grenades up. See if he can even get close enough to use them. Maybe on the sluggers when they go in. Brother Captain needs to be careful. Almost goes down. Beamy looters are getting shots on that Phobos, and it's not always easy to spot that. big chunks of health coming off it. If it's shooting at you from off screen, I think sometimes it does not even render on the screen, so you can't see it at all. Now he's realised that it's taking huge amounts of damage and bats it away. There's a Shimmer Orb getting a decap. Not much you can do about it other than force melee combat, which is what he's trying to do with his Catachans. Wraithguard not doing anything to the Catachans since they're in the orb themselves. 209, 227 is an Executioner. Wow, taking huge chunks of damage from the Vindicator Assassin and that Beam Eluter. Almost took it out there. We might see a big meat grinder in mid now. Are one of the teams gonna push the flanks? Looks like Black Relic is pushing flanks with his Howling Banshee. He's taking that wreck point and bashing power. Ouch, they just cannot get close here. The Plague Champion might want to get... Oh, he's going for it. The Pestilent Strike Plague Fist is up. Gonna be very, very useful to try and get decaps and caps. Might want to get the Armour of Pestilence. Also, is getting a Nurgle Shrine up. Doesn't quite have the power to get the Armour of Pestilence, which is 35 power, I believe. 160, 35. Grey Knight Terminators on the field, getting their wrist-mounted Psy Cannon going. They already have their Liber Daemonica for the Holocaust, and it looks like he's going to push down the west side, go for the natural. He is. Uh-oh, Catachan's Improvised Explosive wiping out these Stormtroopers there. 174, 227. A 2-to-1 cap for the red team, but can they hold on to it? Baneblade on the field for Buzzfly. We have Buzzfly even. We have triple Lehman Russes. Gonna want a repair bunker in the mid, surely. Look at the anti-vehicle damage though. That is nasty. Really nasty. Vindicator Assassin with double Beam Eluter is a huge amount of burst AV damage, which is what kills vehicles usually. That was shrouding on those Grey Knight Terminators. There it is, the Codicum Aeternum. Kicking off mid. Warboss leading the line. He's level 3, 1300 hit points. That's a Basilisk Flare from the Commissar Lord. 136, 227. Warboss getting shot to pieces, but does get away. Had Hard Boys on him. Phobos taking shots, double Lehman Russes with Vanquisher and Executioner. The Baneblade is on the west side defending against the VP, the Commissar Lord. Looks like he just came and revived the Lord General, and he's now capping. Grey Knight Terminator is going to be forced off. The Executioner doing huge amounts of damage to them. There is the Sanctuary from the Terminate Librarian. Can't retreat these Terminators though. They might get chased down here. Lose one model. Look at the damage from this thing. 131, 227. That's hitting both models, remember. Wraithguard in retreat, getting a bit too close. The autocannon is up on the Chaos Terminator. Is that shrine not being worshipped at the moment? No idea why he's sending his heretics into cap there. That was crazy. Now he needs to get more to worship. War truck back here from Marutectz, allowing all of his allies to reinforce, and 4 war banners. Good grief. Those looters being buffed up. And those shooters reinforcing off the war truck, as you can see. Phobos getting closer. There's that Dirge Castle. 108, 227. DaemonicRoar. What's he gonna go for here? A couple of some Bloodletters or some Raptors to jump in, I think. Would be good. How much power does he have? Yeah, double Bloodletters with Heretics would be awesome. Demolish a cannon. Did it hit the Librarian in the face there? I think it did. Like he blocked the path of it. Baneblade pushing all the way up on the west side, a bit unnecessarily, I think. Vindicator Assassin and Purgation unable to get close enough to set up and take a shot. That's the creeping Basilisk Barrage. Doesn't quite hit anything, but does make Nathius pull back momentarily. Now he's going to get some shots on the Baneblade. Ouch, Demolition Cannon forcing off the Purgation Squad. These guys level 3. And Granite Terminators can't get close enough. The mid is blue, I think. Yes, just about. The CSM able to cap 108, 225. Wraithguard getting close. Maybe he wants some more Wraithguard. Or a D cannon. He's actually gone for a Fire Prism hit. Just attacking ground on the mid. And Nathius in all sorts of trouble. He can't deal with the Baneblade. Which sometimes happens. Hey, it's a Baneblade. 108, 211. East side still looking very red. They also have a couple of gens up over here. There's that Shimmer Orb, allowing the Warboss to get the decap. And use your Chopper Sluggers moving in. Or are they just going to hit the Commissar Lord? Yes, they are. More nice Paladins on the way now for Nathius. Some double Kassakin action from Buzzfly to try and shoot down those Terminator variants. Fire Prism backing off. None of the vehicles, of course, from the blue team can really push because there's so much AV. Ouch. Some Orks getting gibbed. 105, 202. Second Kassakin squad up, getting those plasma guns going. Now here's the push, a vehicle push from blue team. Leman Russ, I think at least one of those Leman Russes is going to go down. Yeah, down goes one. Are they both going to go down here? Basilisk Flare helping them out for now, but he gets so close, it's going to start taking shots. Why did he bring it forward? He's definitely going to lose it now. That was a bit of a suicidal push from Dandy. Frontline loses both of his Leman Russ tanks. Buzzfly also losing his along the way, maybe to Nathius, I think. Blue team did get the VP though, so there is that. Catachin's eating a smite, level 4 Catachins, 2200 hit points, so you get away. Vinegar Assassin must have leveled, no, still level 1. Here are the Paladins with their Nemesis Demon Hammers, heavy melee with the Holy Grounds ability, since they have the Daemonica, which boosts the speed of allies and decreases the speed of enemies, and that helps them to chase things down, obviously. Nurgle Shrine being worshipped, so these Terminators can reinforce the model they lost if they wish. Blue team sitting mid. Are they going to go push the west side? Looks like not. Looks like they're all gearing up for a triple push on mid. Phobos has done well, hasn't it? Anything that gets close gets dirge casted. There's a D cannon. Getting a bit too close there. Way too close to the Baneblade and the Phobos. The Monster Cannon doesn't quite hit that beam eluder. Here comes a Grey Knight push. Do the Paladins have... I don't think they have their wrist-mounted side cannon, but they do have shrouding up on them, or at least they did. 91, 151, massive engagement here. Hell Fury dropped. That shrine reinforcing stuff, but the Phobos will go down. That is a wasted Eldritch, completely wasted. Should have used it on the Baneblade. Big mistake there from Black Relic. But there's a Rocks. Nicely hit on the Chaos Blob, which were around the bunker. The bunker goes down. Massive push here. Meanwhile, in the background, Grey Knight Terminators forced off. The Plague Champion going mental on some Purgation or Strike Squad is that. They're down, whoever it was. Baneblade now being chased. Vinegar Assassin in retreat. 65, 147. This could be it now. This fantastic push from the red team could see them win this game. They have the double cap. They have both of the naturals. Lord General taking his back, but this is a dead Baneblade for sure. Terminator Librarian helping them out with the Might of Titan, I believe, which gives a defensive buff to the surrounding allies. It does something else, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a melee skill buff, making his paladins even tankier and whacking out those guardsmen, or not, who do not finish them off. They're going after the Lord General here. 33-145. Blue team somehow very quickly getting back the mid. Chaos Terminator is holding firm with that Nurgle Shrine. There's the 1-to-1 again though. Terminator Librarian getting a decap. These guardsmen struggling to retreat for some reason. A bug there. 5 hit points remaining on that Commissar squad leader. They're still bugged out. The guards are now capping. Commissar Lord coming over to help. He's level 10, this guy. Good grief. Tank Buster Barrage. Double Beamy Looters back there with a D cannon and Wraith Guard. So much range firepower. And there's a Shimmer Orb. Exarch using it to get the decap. There's the 1-to-1. Look at this push now up the west side from Buzzfly. I guess he dropped that Lehman Russ. What's going on mid though? Shimmer Orb is up and he cannot finish the cap. They don't want to risk staying in there with the Commissar Lord smacking on him with that Xenos Power Claw. Carapace armor is up also. Wow. Tank Busters got wrecked, I think, did they? No, they're over there. What was that? Terminator's pushing up. Tank Buster Barrage trying to disrupt him, but his refractor field is up, and there's an orbital bombardment from Nathius lifting the Commissar Lord, but he's still capping. He will stop capping once he's thrown aside, and it actually kills him. Didn't finish the cap, but so close to it though. 33-134. Nathius comes mid with his units. Orks dying in droves. There's an Imperial Abyss. Painful. More Orc death. Down goes the Plague Champion, taken out by his own nuke, and that was a rocket run also. Throwing things miles. Terminator's got away pretty good. Teleported out, I believe. 33-134. Still with a 1-to-1 cap, but here come CSM to cap. And can they stop it? Listen, they're not even going to try. Going to gear up for another push, I think. They do have the VP advantage. They're not quite as frantic as the blue team are in trying to get VPs. And we see the first Manticore of the game for Dandy Frontline coming onto the field. And another now, 1-4 Buzzfly. Are they going to get onto the field quickly enough to have an impact here? Looks like Dandy Frontlines is. Vindicare now level 3. While the captain trying to cap, does he have... No, he does not have the Holy Armour of Titan. Looted tank getting shots. Vindicare. Sorry, Lehman Russ. Vanquish shot. I was going to go after it, I think, but now he's back to Wayne. Here comes a block of Grey Knight stuff. Terminator Librarian there to support with the Might of Titan and his shrouding. He's level 4, this guy now. 23-121. There's the double cap for red team, and this could be it. They bided their time, waited for all 3 players to get here. Now they have a triple cap. And that's going to be the game, certainly. Yes, it is. Blue team could not withstand that last little push there. Manticores didn't quite get onto the field quickly enough to have a big impact. I think they got 1 volley off each. It was the Lord General trying to get his VP back, but the Warps for Exarch level 6, using his mobility to get all the way over here and take that point end of the game. Level 4 Lord General, level 10 Commissar Lord, level 6 Plague Champion, Black Relics, Hawks of Exarch level 6 as we saw. The Warboss level 5 Marutectz did lose a lot of stuff, but recovered very well with his Beamy Looters. Look at the carnage in the middle of the map here. And Nathius, who was under a hell of a lot of pressure, but look how he ended up. Ended up with a level 4 Terminator Librarian, level 3 Vindicare Assassin, and his Terminator is rocking. So he kept going, Nathius, and his team wins. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.